Hello everyone. More chess puzzles time. We are on the verge of 2700. I've just loaded this puzzle. If we get this one right, we'll probably break 2700. So that would be really cool. So let's jump right in. Um, just as an aside, I actually played a whole bunch of rapid chess games on chess.com last night. Had some good results, had some bad results. Overall, I was quite happy with the way I was playing. I'm not going to share my rating with you right now. Maybe you guys can guess what you think my rating might be. All I will say it's probably lower than you might think. Like my puzzle rating is, well, first of all, puzzle ratings are not anywhere the same as real ratings. Um, so just because I'm 2696 in puzzles doesn't really mean anything. There might be some correlation between puzzle rating and real rating, but it's minimal at best, I would say. But yeah, if you think you want to guess what my rating might be, um, go for it. Be interested to see what you guys think. Okay, so let's have a look at this puzzle. Um, so my queen's under attack. That's the first thing I'm noticing. Uh, material. So we have two rooks and two pieces. He has one rook and three pieces. So I guess we're up in exchange. Um, he's also threatening to take the bishop. So white's kind of attacking here, it looks like. There is the threat of this. If we can distract the queen. What else is going on here? My rooks are out of the game completely right now. This knight, yeah, like I said, it's got this threat. Other than that, not really seeing much going on here. This bishop's not really doing anything in terms of attack, and can't really go anywhere useful. And yeah, so this is, I think maybe the key to this one would be just surviving this attack, because if we can survive the attack, we're up material. Um, so what's the threat here? I guess this bishop's bearing down as well. Oh, I've spotted this. This is kind of a fork of the queen and the bishop, which would win more material. Um, so I feel like my first instinct is saying a queen move to get the queen out of danger. The queen is under threat. That's our top priority right now. So I guess the first idea that occurs is queen here. Oh, I guess it's worth pointing out as well, actually. We could move one of our rooks to attack his queen as well. But then that sort of forces his queen to move, and this tactic no longer works. Or it might force him to, so he can take with check. Ah, yeah, that doesn't work. Because he takes with check, our threat against his queen is negated effectively for one move. So we would then have to, either take back or move the king, and then he saves his queen. Like that, or whatever. I guess this is possible to play straight away as well. No, it's not. So we've got to bear in mind this is check. So when you have a check, it gives you a tempo effectively. It allows you. You're going to have a follow-up move whenever you check someone. A check can be bad, of course. Like if you check someone and they can just take your piece. It's not necessarily good for you, but it does mean you get another move. So feel like it has to be a queen move, surely. I'm just not quite seeing what it is. I mean, the only one that occurs is this. So attacking this knight. The other alternative is we do this and sack the knight. That forces the queen to take. Or does it? I guess it can move the king. But then we potentially win the rook. He wins the queen. Not sure about that. But it might be a possibility. Let's say the queen takes. Do we then have a way of winning a piece? Not really seeing it. Again, the only queen move that occurs to me is this. So this is one of those puzzles where I feel like I'm missing something because this doesn't feel right. Like I know it's sort of attacking the knight, it's threatening to check the king back here if the knight ever moves. But it feels like, you know, he's got a strong attack going here. Feels dangerous for us. So for example, here, here, you know, the position's just getting a bit locked up for us, where he's threatening checkmate if the queen ever moves. Yeah, it's tricky. I guess we just need to survive, right? So what's the best move? Like, this is a possibility as well. We attack the knight and we offer a queen trade, let's say. So he either has to defend the knight, and the queen's undefended, so he probably has to defend it with the queen. So he probably has to go queen here, which doesn't seem like a very appealing move to have to play. So if he accepts the queen trade, you know, that sort of just neutralizes his attack. Let's say we take like this. We're now threatening his knight, and we're still threatening this fork. So those are the only two moves I think are realistic here. So it's between this and this for me right now. I just do not see how this can possibly work. Like attacking the queen when he has a check. His queen can just then escape. I mean, yes, we can potentially win a couple of pieces for the queen, but that's probably not enough. So, this isn't concrete, and this is what worries me. But I'm sort of thinking I'm going to play this, offering the queen trade. Slightly worried about this knight, just looking at it. It can't retreat here. It can retreat here, I guess, and yeah, he can take it, but that's okay for us. So it weakens our pawns, but we're up material, so I'm just going to go for this one, guys. There's maybe some crazy tactic that I'm missing here. Like, is there some sort of way I can move the queen to a square where this would fork the queen as well? That's something worth thinking about. So for example, this occurs, but it doesn't work in this case. You know, if he did take with the queen, that would be a fork of the queen and the king and the rook, triple fork. But he can obviously just take with either of these pieces. But that sort of thing is worth looking at. The only other square would be this one, but we're not even attacking that square, so that doesn't seem to work. Oh! Okay, so this is interesting. This might actually be something, guys. So, bear in mind the bishop is also backing this up. So, bear with me. So here, let's say the pawn takes. Well, if the pawn takes, so we're down a queen, right? But this pins the white queen to the black king. So he's losing his queen. If we take, and he takes with the knight, we then take with the bishop. You know, if he ever does this, this wins the queen. So that's pretty interesting. So I feel like it's between this and this. I don't know, guys. This is tricky. Because this seems pretty good for us. I don't see an immediate way for white to complete his attack, you know? And we're basically just hopefully at least maintaining the material advantage that we currently have. The question is this better? So knight takes, bishop takes, pawn takes. We've lost a bishop. Rook here. Queen takes rook. Rook takes rook check. Rook takes queen check, sorry. So we've lost a bishop and a rook. We only have two pieces left, and he's still got three. You know? And this check, he then just runs. There's not really a follow-up. This is a tough one. It feels like this seems like a cool tactic. But after knight takes, we have to take with the bishop, otherwise it doesn't work. Then pawn takes. In fact, he has an in-between move. So queen takes, knight takes, bishop takes. You can then check. you know, getting his queen out of danger. So I don't think that works. I'm going to go for this. Cool. So that was a bit of a red herring, that whole line queen sack, hoping to win his queen back. I'm glad I sort of managed to spot that didn't work. I'm happy with that. So, like I said, this was one of the moves I thought he would have to play. So what do we have now? Appreciate this is a long one, guys, but some puzzles are just like this, and I want to get this one right because it could take us over 2700. So we do now have this check and win the rook, which is another, at least an exchange. But we're still in sort of under attack. But I don't see any immediate threats from him. You know, like what is the threat? My king's pretty safe in the setup. It looks like got the bishop and the rook. You know, if he could somehow pin my bishop, then it'd be a different. And actually, my queen's now defending. If the knight comes in here, it's got to be knight here. Okay, so the question now is, do we have anything better than this? And I'm not seeing it, guys. Like I had some idea of the queen could come in here, but there's no follow-up. There's no immediate threat, even though there's so many white pieces bearing down on us, but there's nothing concrete that I can see. So I think we just take the rook. Cool. Nice, and there we go, guys. That's over 2700. Happy with that, and it's also 10 in a row, which I think I might have done that before. It's quite a while ago when I last got 10 in a row, sure. But yeah, that's really cool. That was a 2770. A nice puzzle to solve. Obviously, the target time, 39 seconds is the target time for that, and I took 17 and a half minutes. So that's not the best, but I am taking extra time explaining everything, and you know, I can do the puzzles a lot faster if I'm not talking about them as well. But hopefully, you know, this is proving useful to someone or entertaining in some way. But that was a cool one. Just got sidelined by that possible tactic of queen takes pawn, which just turns out doesn't work. But that's what you have to do with these puzzles. There will often be two, like here there was two choices. There was like a defensive sort of move, which was setting up something as well, but you know, it's not a very forcing looking move, you know, it sort of looks defensive and boring, but you know, sometimes those moves can be deceptive, and this queen sack is simply the sort of thing you just have to calculate it through and see if it works or not. In this case it didn't, and yeah, that's what it's all about. So hope you enjoyed that, guys. Please like and subscribe if you did, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers. Bye bye.